So see what I have here. I've got a gate valve. You see she's probably leaking in the bass, but she's not leaking now, so I'm not bothering that right today. But we've got a 1/2 inch, we call this a gate valve with a tap on it. You can actually loosen this up right here. So you want to drain it down for like winter time or not, drain that down. You gotta lift the water up the side of it, or you can put a tap or something on the side as well. You can use that. But we've got 1/2 inch copper going out to the outside through the floor rim joist. I'm going to the outside. So I bought an 8 inch. So I bought here an 8 inch frost-free silcock. This is a Pro line from Menards, which is basically it's a Mueller. Mueller just make that. You see the M there. Mueller Pro line. Basically just like that. It's a 1/2 inch thread on the end. You also can 1/2 inch sweat it. So this is about 8 inches. Well, it'll go through an 8 inch wall, and it's made to have about 2 inches extra on top of that 8 inches. So basically that's how that works. You do need a pretty good sized hole for this to pass through, but it does come with a mount in there. A mount. This goes to it, that goes between the wall to help seal the hole up. I think for this, you have the hole needs to be. Let me see. Hole on this has to be about 1 inch and 1/8 hole has to be drilled. So I'll probably have to make that hole bigger since it's just 1/2 inch copper that's going through that wall. But yep, it's got the alignment wedge there. It's got a vacuum seal breaker there. As you can see, yeah, 8 inches. So you have your 8 inch wall. Now this isn't really an 8 inch wall here that I have, but it'll do that. 8 inch wall thickness there. They say it's going right through the concrete like that. You also have 10 inch ones. You have 12 inch ones. You have 6 inch ones. It all depends on what you need, really. But then there's your garden hose thread there, male. So I'm gonna make this easy. I could have sweated. It is copper there, but I decided, I'm not gonna do any sweating for the small thing there. Just a quick DIY. What I bought here is a compression union. So this is a 5/8 outside diameter. 1/2 inch copper is 5/8 outside diameter. So when you get your compression fitting, you're going by the outside diameter of 1/2 inch copper. So don't get the 1/2 inch. You want the 5/8 inch outside diameter. That is the outside diameter of 1/2 inch copper. And then I got a female 1/2 inch FIP. That's the thread there. That will thread onto here, and then we'll use this compression side to go to the copper. And I'll show you how that works in view. So what I'm going to do is take I'm going to cut this at about 4 inches from the wall. That should give me plenty. It shouldn't be 4 inches more on the other side of that, but just so that just in case, so I don't do it too short, then I'll push it through. I'll make the hole bigger, push it through the hole, that I can see how much further I need to drill. And actually, this is really supposed to be on kind of like an angle. That way, so the water drains. So the water drains out of the faucet. So it drains downward, drains upward, kind of upward. So yeah. But yeah. All right, let's get to it. So here I have 1 inch and 1/8 hole bit. You can get this set from your hardware store. You can see it there. This is an inch and 1/8 hole bit here. Quiet. This is a hole saw kit here. Now you can use with any drill. This is the thread that goes to it. Basically, what you do.
Daddy.
Be quiet.
You talking?
Okay.
Like, can I get more chicken eggs?
As you can see, I've opened that little drain there. See, like that, little screw. There, now the water can just come on out. That was up in that pipe. So let that drain out a little bit. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, mommy. So now, I got my cutter on here. Ready to start cutting. I got just enough space. Oh, I don't have enough space. Oh Lord. This ain't gonna be good. What y'all think? I might can get a couple more inches to get to it. As you can see, my cutter was just barely enough to hit this. So I took the top off. And this one, excuse me, look on the bottom. I can turn this around. It barely made it. I got it cut now, but I barely made it. And then I can use this to turn it, tighten it, turn around, tighten it, turn it around, tighten it, turn it around, tighten it, turn it around. And I'm gonna prep my pipe, even though I'm just using compression, but I like to just prep it anyway. It's nice and neat, so I'll just take it a little bit. Now we were soldering, you get her nice and clean, just like that. See that? Nice and clean. So, all right, let's go see how much was actually. Remember, I cut this about 4 inches. So if I got that at 4 inches to the back, well, 4 inches in the wall. So let's see. Oh. About 4 inches the wall there. So let's mark that. I got our pipe cut. Now we're gonna pull this out. Let's see how long it actually is. So that's where it was coming through the wall. Yep, I put some white out there. So let's see, y'all. Cut 4 inches inside, so 4 inches plus another what? Maybe another 4? I might have cut it real good. That was a good call. 4 inches plus another what? 3 maybe? Yeah. Alright, let's do it. 1 1/8 is the size hole we need, so we're gonna go ahead and just put that on there straight. Oh, it's gonna be difficult because it was already almost through there. Should be able to see the light. Yeah. See the light, y'all. There's the pipe in there. You can see it maybe. But one more layer to go through and we'll have our 1/8 inch. Alright, we got some success, y'all. We got a hole all the way through, y'all. Look at that. Alright, let's get it. Let's get it. Well, put it back. Hole big enough here, y'all. Just what's going in there. That's going to go through there, so we're going to have to cut this back a little bit more. There we had about 1 3/4 inches more that I need to take off of this pipe for that 8 inch to fit. So I'm going to take 1 inch off the actual off the pipe because this fitting has about, I don't know, almost about 1/2 or 3/4 inch that'll go in there, and then you got your depth there. So I'm gonna take about 1 inch off. That'll get me that. That should get me to about here, about there, and then the rest of that 3/4 can go ahead and thread in there. So I probably take a little more than 1 inch off. To be honest, I probably could take the whole 1 3/4 off. But yeah, okay. So I got about a quarter inch of threads left after I thread this on until about until it starts to get snug with your hand tight, right? So there's a quarter inch of threads left. There's no thread tape on here yet. For the length I cut this copper, I had about 1 3/4 to go. This fitting is going to go on here almost a 1/2 inch. So I thought, let's cut off 1 inch. Well, I'm going to cut off about 1 inch and a half. Between 1 1/2 inch, 1 1/4. I'm going to do 1 1/2 off of that. That'll give me enough for the 1/2 inch to thread onto here and the 1/2 inch to go on here. So 1/2, that's the inch, and then there's another 3/4 inch. Am I saying that right? So 1 3/4 is the gap that I need to cut more off of this in order for this to make it as far as measuring. So what I did, I figured I'd cut 1 inch off of this. Then you cut 1 inch off, you have 3/4 left. Well, this is going to take about 1/2. That's going to take about 1/2. So 1 3/4, that's your inch. That's your inch. You still have 3/4 inch left. So this only took I got about 1/4 inch of thread left when it starts getting basically tight. So then I'm going to bump it up to about 1 1/2 inches. So that's my inch. That's the quarter. Wait a minute. That's my inch. That's the quarter. So 1 3/4. That's going to go on there 1/2 inch. So we got 1 1/2 inches left, right? It's only threading on there about 1/2 inch. Inch and 3/4 minus 1/2. That's 1 1/4 inches. I got my fitting. I got this finger tight. So that's where she is. That's about as far as she's going to go on this copper, right? Now I'm going to go outside and measure the gap on the house, how much more copper I need to take off. I took about 1 1/4 inches that time. I might need another 1/2 inch. Let's see how much gap we got now. Right here, she's up against the pipe right now on the inside of the compression fitting. So between that and our piece here. So with that tight against there, that should be tight. So we're gonna need another, I would say another inch. Yep, about another inch. Yep. For this to be compressed against there, I'm gonna say about another inch, or we could do a 3/4 inch. I might just go ahead and do the inch. We'll do 7/8. So right now that's on that pipe. So we measure from there to there. Yeah, we're gonna need about another, I'm gonna say another inch. We can say 1 inch. I mean, you can say 3/4 maybe. See that? Both. I'll say 3/4, y'all. 3/4. 7/8. But how soft is your wall? Because you might see this will move a little. So I could push that. I'm gonna do 1 inch. It'll move about 1/4 inch. I'm gonna do about 1 inch on that. Okay. We got her. So we got her now. She's now tight. Which now look, it's gonna go in there about, I don't know, 1/2 inch. You can pull against that, she's tight. So she's good. I can still tighten this on there too a little bit as well. So don't forget that. But I'm gonna tighten the compression. I'm gonna screw this round tight first, then do the compression. So yeah. Yeah, she's tight. That should do her. So don't forget, put your nut on for now. We're not flaring this, but put your nut on. Now hopefully. Alright. about there. Yeah, that should do it. And that will be about, that should work. Hopefully that'll work. Hopefully I didn't take too little off. We got her. Any more might not have been too desirable. There's your threads, and I should probably gonna have it about there.
Something's up here. It's a bat. Run away.
Run, 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 run! Oh, you're the one bat! Run, Lenny! Run, Lenny! Run, Lenny!
So we're gonna put some thread tape on here.
Again? Let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, got a tape on there.
It's a patch of Christmas trees.
Give one more turn here. I think that should do it. It ain't gotta be monster tight, y'all. This ain't gas. You know me, I work with gas, so yeah, I think that should do. I got a big wrench here anyway, so that should be good. So now, bring this back. That should tighten her up. Let's got my liquid nail out, waterproof. Yep, some bond. Help hold this in there good, and it also seal it, waterproof it. There we go. So we got that all the way around, y'all, all the way around. You can use silicone. She's in there, y'all. Now it's time to tighten her down. I'll show you how I sealed it up outside, but it's time to tighten her down. I'm gonna tighten this compression here. I've got her pushed in here enough, and as I tighten this up, I'm gonna be trying to pull it a little bit, but hopefully I've got enough on this pipe. But I think I got it pushed up against here enough now. So hopefully we'll tighten around there. Hopefully she'll work. We'll do a leak check, which will entail turning. Also, things get a little tight up in here, but you got a set screw in the middle of this valve. Yours might not be this tight, but for my case, that's how mine is. So I'm gonna remove the screw here, pull this off. Now I got more room for a wrench up in there. So we shall see. I think we're gonna get it, y'all. We're gonna get it. Let's see. If I can put this somewhere so you guys can see. Over there probably like, oh, let's replace that valve. Well, she's not leaking right now, so we'll just give her. Actually, I should be able to just tighten this one here because it's not going to spin. But I probably shouldn't. So I have to get in here with my adjustables, y'all. Actually, let me try my little. There we go. Let's try that. That's another way you can do it too. You do want to be careful though when tightening these. Uh-oh. She's pulling away. She's trying to pull away, so I'm hoping I got enough on there. She's pulling away. But I got enough on there. She might work, y'all. She might. I'm gonna move you guys a little way back a little bit. See what we can do here. Now you hear that? That's not always the best. You want it to go on smooth, but we shall see. But we're gonna go a little more. Ideally. Well, I got my other one here too. Grab one with you. So I'm gonna put this one up in here. so I'm not wrenching against the shaft. And we're gonna see. It's not tight. She's not going nowhere. Now, look at my handy dandy cobalt. Alright, let's see y'all. About to turn it on real quick. Let's see. Let's look for any leaks. All the way on, y'all. All the way on. She's on. I think we did it. I think we did it, y'all. I'm gonna do. Now I do want to test to see what it's like with this off. Is it gonna hold? Is it gonna hold with it off? So let's see. She's good, y'all. No leak, she's on. But I'm gonna go outside. I'm gonna shut it off outside, and then I'm gonna go and make sure that we don't have no back pressure. That will make it leak.
Mustard on a beat, broke deep boat in rap. He a freak, throw man down, call an ambulance, tell him breathe.
She did in fact leak a week later. Watch the next one for the permanent install fix.